Welcome back, chat, to the solemn Vanguard Twitch stream. But welcome back, everybody, to BCS Netherlands, the last event of the season, actually, prior to Worlds.
Yeah, the final BCS. If you haven't qualified up till now, this is your last chance.
Bozo.
Simply be better.
Real. But how's it feel to be here for the first and the last day of the season?
You know, I gotta stick it through. Somebody has to be consistent here.
Real. VODs will be out at some point, I swear. But
standard.
156 players,
Yeah.
top 16, 7 rounds of Swiss. And speaking of 7 rounds of Swiss, we're probably going to be transitioning over to the fight screen in a moment, where we're going to have Philip and Thomas be able to face off. I believe it's going to be Odium versus Eledglema. So I'm just going to give them a quick sign to start.
If you want to get the timer, we
There you
will
go.
be passing.
That's going to be Odium versus Eledglema. So again, we can see that Thomas is on the pale moon side trying to throw some people off. But yeah, immediately going to be discarding a critical trigger, showing us the grade 1, showing us a little token where he's going to be able to make his marker, generate his crest, show us his Odium, and the destined timepiece. So how familiar are you with Odium, actually?
I played. Fun enough, I was playing Odium last night. But yeah, very familiar with the deck. The deck has a lot of cycling, so its early hand is incredibly strong. Its early game isn't exactly what I like. I like decks that can sort of bunga bunga, big rush go boom.
Big rush go boom.
But yeah, its Divine Seal turn is terrifying.
Like the power reset as well is crazy.
Will it live? Will it live to do a Divine Scale into bat?
Well, the thing is, one of the D decks, it's like basically a soft stride deck, and if there's anything Eledglema can do really well is beat stride decks.
Stride decks. So,
Because the thing is, like, if things go Philip's way, he can effectively try and blow Thomas up before Thomas ever hits that, and like ever starts
let's
thinking
see
about
what
triple threat.
he finds of the order.
Oh, that's 2.
That's 2. So he added the crit.
Yeah, he added the crit rate, but the thing is as well, like, you don't actually mind discarding the Persona Ride, because of the Archive Grade 2, you are able to sort of still manufacture like the hand that you need, which is really, really helpful.
Also, if things go Philip's way, the game might be over before he needs the Persona Ride. So
True.
you know.
Yeah, the Philip, yeah.
So swinging 16 with the Mo Flash.
Like, the thing is, I remember there was a point where, 2 years ago now, like, it became a thing in D where people would literally sometimes just call, that's a PG as well, sometimes people would just call, like, a crit or a trigger behind Vanguard just to make those magic numbers inefficient to guard. Just because of like, how strong early rush is in D.
The thing I do like with Philip though is Philip has been Bat's strongest soldier. He was coping on Bat before.
From release, like a year and a half ago.
So
the day Bat got announced, he was like, I like this.
Yeah.
I'm fond.
So,
Yeah, see, they can crest too.
Just drew 3 cards because of
Distorted Bane in the Order Zone, yeah?
Distorted
Oh,
Bane.
Gauge, sorry, my bad. Because to be fair, I am quite fond of like Gauge mechanics. I wish we had more of them.
Gauge, yeah.
Because the nice thing that's looking is like with the new sets, they're looking to increase maybe a little bit of like the utility that's inherent to the Gauge, which I'm quite fond of.
Yeah.
Because I like the idea that like different cards do different things when they get Gauge, so it's not this decision making of what you opt to Gauge. That's going to be a trigger. Oh, it's a critical as well.
It's why I really liked Archite as a mechanic, because like being able to use the monster research zone.
Speaking of monster,
What
if I'm the monster?
Oh, what a... Yeah.
Tech-Tien, maybe.
Tech-Tien is such a great card.
There you go, and you find is it a refurbishment dock?
Yeah, and you
This
add
is
another...
refurbishment dock, my goat. Oh.
So I think the bat list is fairly standard.
Yeah, so the bat list has like very, very little, like very few moving parts in it.
Like,
Because yeah, Philip is just kind of just like thinning out the deck, trying to see what he can do.
Deck thinning is deck winning.
The thing is, normally, like, with bat, you're just going to go into the battle phase and you're going to just start swinging and you just
start
kind of hope that's
swinging,
enough. Because all of your really big setup happens next turn anyway. Although the interesting thing is, like, oftentimes when you see people with multiple Moe Flash, so obviously here one of them's in damage, but if there's multiples, it becomes an argument for, like, sequencing your orders in a certain way so you make sure that you proc the draw twice.
Yes.
And yeah, potentially just. But I think Thomas knows this matchup because you can see Thomas is playing this really well. He's guarding off really early, knowing that eventually he's going to have to take it,
Yeah.
and he wants to make sure that he's able to when that time comes. There you go, Tactian to hand discard.
Yeah.
That's yeah, so that basically lets you add a monster from the other zone to your hand and then discard it, and Tactian procs.
It's such a it's such a good line.
Yeah, just top 5 or something. Why not?
So the real question is, how many is Mo Flash going to show?
I mean, that's next turn, right? Because that's what you're hoping. Because you gotta be an Eledglema, which is the thing. That's the thing. If you're Eldo, like you gotta see some things. Something's gotta go right for you first. And that's another Tactian as well. Oh my
So
gosh.
next, it's almost like it's a cycler.
What if I'm the cycle?
Who said Bat isn't playing cyclers? The Tactian cycles.
Tactian is right there.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's absolutely correct to be guarding early. Odium doesn't need a CB anyway.
Yeah, it only needs it from so the only time it would need it early is if you gauge the Anachronos Dragon immediately. But from here on out, every gauge is in the battle phase.
Exactly.
And so
what's
yeah, nothing happens this turn. It's only from it's either turn 2 or turn 4 that they need it from.
Yeah. And he had the distorted Bane, so I think he would rather have hit that anyway.
I'm really curious where they're going to take Odium as a deck. It feels like a deck with a lot of potential. Because it scales a little faster than Crest decks, but it also is less resource intensive than Crest decks, it feels.
I could see them doing. I could see them making lower grade distorted, lower grade
Discarded Bane.
discarded Bane. I don't think it'll be as
When discarded, Bane. Shout out Shadowverse.
But I don't know if it's just me. Every time I play into Odium, I expect a fourth attack to come out of it. They shouldn't get it, but I just in my head, I'm like, I'm bracing for a fourth attack that never comes. Unless I check OT, of course.
What is that?
Yeah. 2 to pass, so check defensive, 5k count.
What is that card?
Glare is a little bit, but
I'm going my head through barrow cards. I don't know what that is. Is it the Lamina for all cards?
I can't see the art.
Huh. How many? Oh, what is it fit? 2. Ooh, that's not ideal, but it's not the worst thing in the world either.
Yeah, it depends on how many are in his hand. So, we know he at least has 3.
Yeah. You're going the Moa Flash was hopefully resolving soon.
So yeah, at least 3 from this point.
Oh yeah, okay. I think it is the alt art for yeah, it's the Lamina alt art. Was right. It's the Soul Cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Soulbossman bot deck itself.
Draw.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Cycler Odium. Drawing cards is good.
Interesting choice there. I felt like there was an order you could have picked there.
I just want to see that Mo Flash come down.
Oh, you will.
I just want to watch that.
Scary CFV images. Images AI could not recreate.
How big is his hand right now? Let's see. Let's count as he's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going for it. Goes Soul Blast 2.
Yep.
Pulls it out. Tactian.
Tactian.
Oh, adds a hand, discard Tactian.
Yeah.
And then you can call the other one, add something, and discard Tactian. 2, 3. There you go.
That's at least 4.
That's the thing,
I'm conflicted because I don't like that, but
The thing is, this is Philip's opportunity to like blow him out, and the fact that he's not.
blowing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not enough because ideally you want to be at 13 orders, so you
Yeah.
go 5-5-3. But it doesn't look like he's hitting it this time.
Yeah,
He's on 8.
it was 4-2 there. Unless this next Mo Flash is nutty. But
Ditch Tactian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's
alright.
all one target.
So if he's on 8, it's easy. 5 here.
The issue is they have to. The nice thing is we finally introduced the official rulings, and it is the same as the Japanese
Yeah.
one. So it's the one where it's like as long as 3 of them are different, the rest can be whatever. There he is, the Mother Flash coming out.
So now we need to
We
count
need
to
5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck!
4. That's only 4 big boons.
Oh. We are back, chat. We are so back.
Yeah.
Chat, that is going to be 5 big boons.
He's done a lot of thinning, but
Huh? Okay. That's a choice. Okay.
I'm curious why he's doing that. He could have other copies in hand.
Maybe he has Tactian in hand.
Yeah.
And he just wants it gone.
Yeah. So there's his restander.
So it's not the restand, it's the one with
So
every
the
time
crit-
it
yeah,
attacks.
sorry, not restand,
Take
the
it.
restand target.
Yeah. Imagine if this deck got a built-in restander. Oh my god, no thanks. No thanks, bro.
I'm not sure. Like, I fear this deck because of that crit. Like that crit gain. Like if it was
Oh no, he's at 6 damage. There you go.
He's just spacing it out, making sure he's got exactly what he needs for the plays.
You may not like it, but this is what the average Duel Masters board state looks like. Duma.
So yeah, there's the baby swing. I say baby swing 30.
Yeah.
But
Into grade 2. No, it's a grade 1. Into grade 3. Into grade 3. Says no guard. Ooh, that's a
That's
front.
a
That's a bad
defensive.
sign. That's a bad sign if you're Philip.
a great sign if you're Thomas.
Real.
Remember that the draw is mandatory.
Of which one, sorry?
The crit gainer. I imagine he'll say no guards to the ban.
Most likely, yeah. Says no guard, first check. Habitable zone, second check. Heal trigger. Heal is big.
It's a trigger. It's a trigger. I'm going to.
Oh, and the mode flash heal as well. That's pretty good. Damage check. Another Anachronos.
So shuffling your orders back into the deck. Restanding 2. And going again. So Thomas is at 2 damage here, so if he can guard this next attack, he's in a pretty safe spot. But the important thing is, what is Thomas doing next turn? Zodium's first grade 3 turn.
It was like nothing, but
Yeah, like it doesn't feel.
the thing is, because he doesn't have Anachronos in the bind zone, his divine skill is locked behind
Next
turn 5.
Yeah.
Because the only way you plus is if you have Anachronos in there, because you call it out without calling, then engage +1.
Yeah.
So this way, even if he goes double Distorted Bane, he's only at 4 and he needs 5. So Anachronos needed to be there. But the fact that it isn't means he's delaying it by a turn. It's the one really, really big issue with Odium is if you don't gauge Anachronos by the end of turn 3, you're not divine skilling on turn 4.
Yeah.
I think you don't want divine skill with only 1 Distorted Bane anyway, because the numbers are just
The
not
numbers
threatening
are
enough.
awful, yeah. Plus 5k.
Because remember with a deck like Phillips, like the trouble is you draw so much that your hand is normally pretty tanky.
Yeah, like you do have triggers. You have a lot of your hands have a fake element because of the orders, but you usually have triggers. And also, you're at 2. Go +1 to draw a card.
Press Seeding in the Sky.
Oh, is that you needed?
Yeah. Seeding in the Sky is an energy cycle,
Yeah.
but if you bind a persona from drop, it becomes a 25 instead of a 15.
Yeah. I thought that was a Tiz card that he guarded with because he drew a card.
Yeah, because it also draws a card.
Yeah.
It's like a cycle, but bigger shield.
Yeah. I didn't.
So you can either discard it as a cycle.
Yeah, no,
or
I know what it does. I just thought it was
Yeah.
discard because
Well,
Elementaria is rough.
I mean, any PG against this deck is pretty rough to go into.
4 damage to 2. Odium's clapback is not going to be super strong.
If he had the Anachronos, it would have been a bit different, but sometimes it doesn't work
PG.
out that way.
Is that 1 or 2 cards in hand?
Feels like.
There is a cycler though.
But the cycles don't proc at this stage. I think he's just trying to draw into Distorted Bane, and unless that's Avarice. But the trouble is, if that's Avarice, that's actually way worse for you. Because now you need Anachronos even more.
Oh wait, sorry, that was a distorted. That was a distorted Bane.
It looks like his hand is what? Either 2 of the same or Anachronos and Avarice, which is, if it is, that's brutal.
Fake hand. Yeah, this is rough.
Would have loved it last turn.
Yeah, it was just too much for Odium. Odium is. It's just not fast enough to beat Bat when Bat does its thing.
It is unfortunately susceptible to the same things that Bat normally is. Oh, the Stride decks normally are into Bat, so you thought they could have an out because they went first, but sometimes that's also just not enough.
Yeah, retire. Not that it matters, but it'll come back. So it looks like Philip has this. But anything can happen in Cardfight Vanguard. Yep, damaging an order. That's the grade 1.
The Avarice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the trouble is, if you had one more card in hand, you'd have been able to resolve both, but the fact he didn't was rough.
Yeah. I think he had played a distorted. He had played a.
He had Distorted Bane and then he top decked that for turn.
Yeah.
But the only thing that gauges from drop is a Anachronos.
Yeah.
So he could play both, but then he'd like lose one to the drop zone. So it was basically it's like a glorified deck pin one, which isn't really worth it.
No triggers. Oh, that's not what you want to see.
Yeah.
Or it's what
sure.
Philip wants to see, but
Philip's sad to like take a look at. Oh.
it's an even 4-4.
Watch Philip heal.
But
And Philip has the Persona right as well. There we are.
Soda Ride as well is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! Double monster order as well. Oh my.
double monster order. Wow.
So he filters for 4 monsters and then draws a card. That's my gamer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine.
Nothing,
It's gonna happen.
yeah.
Well, you forgot most of the monsters are out already, right? So that's unlikely that he's gonna hit too much. But it's more about hitting 3 cards. And if he hits his filter, then that's great.
No hits again. I guess the real relief for Philip is he doesn't need a lot to win this turn. Like he just needs to put 2 damage through 10k shield, 15k shield, which with Persona Ride is already. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh. Back to 10, baby.
He's already dead.
Back to 10, baby, on 2 CB Open as well.
Yeah.
5 minutes!
So just resolving his order. So he's going for the soul charge. That'll never not be funny to me.
When the Moe is flashy.
Yeah.
But how do you think that's going to affect it? Do you reckon like it's going to have its day? Do you reckon Bat's going to have its day today? Because there's a lot of people downstairs on it right now.
It can. I think the deck depends on how lucky everyone's feeling.
Slot machine time.
Did Philip go to a soup kitchen this morning and help out? Like,
No, but he gave us proxies and cutouts, so close enough. Helping the less fortunate is cool and all, but it doesn't help me test set 8 format, does it?
tank and a crit. I say you no guard this and play to OT. I think that's the only way.
You drew OT.
Oh, you drew OT.
Opened it.
Then you go home.
Yeah, and that's just going to be game.
You don't. Yeah. That bat did its thing.
Bat takes the round 1 W, baby!
That did its thing.
But I think we're probably going to take a little break. We're going to be right back with some round 2 pairing. I believe round 1's almost up already.
Yeah.
So we have to go get them.
5 minutes tops left of time.
Time to go downstairs and try and find people then.
Yeah, let's go hunt.
Anyways, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys in just a couple minutes.
I don't want any other bats.
We will do though. Bye, guys.